Hello and welcome back to my channel. I know I keep disappearing, but I can't help it because the only time I can make a video for you guys is when I am being pushed by my universe to get something out. It's the same thing as writing. If I'm not feeling it, I'm just not in flow with what is wanting to present, and I'm not connecting in from my highest states of being, and it's just not going to flow. So I apologize for that. I've been very heavily inundated with work, which is a good thing because, of course, this girl needs to pay her bills like everybody else, right? Nothing is free yet. We are heading that way, working towards a society where, unity consciousness, we all look out for each other, sharing, caring, community and all of that. But right now, that's not what's happening. And we're still learning how to come together without judgment, letting go of separation. Okay. Separation is key right now. We have to move beyond that. But anyway, what we're here to talk about today is something that has been coming up repeatedly in my sessions that I wanted to offer you as some insight. So maybe if you experience it or you have been experiencing it, you will have a better understanding to what's taking place within you. Okay. So when we hit a particular level through our ascension process, all of a sudden, we no longer feel like doing whatever it is that we're doing, right? So whatever it is that you're doing for work, you won't feel like doing that anymore. Well, the people that you used to hang out with, you won't feel like hanging out with them anymore. The things that you used to do that used to resonate with you, you're not going to feel like doing that anymore. It's a whole change. All of a sudden, it's like you just don't want to do it. And all you feel like doing is just laying around and hanging around and just doing nothing. And it's a very disconcerting feeling because it triggers the unknown, and it can trigger a little bit of fear, confusion, depression, disorientation, and it makes you feel as if you're not really sure about your existence here in this physical body on this earth plane. So let me start off by telling you that that is something that is very, very normal on the ascension process, especially if you're on your organic ascension, where you are doing the work, you're staying present, you're conscious, you're aware of everything that you are experiencing in your life that is directly related to you being a co-creator with your universe. And so what is happening in that moment is the old you is actually dying off. That template is being released from your field, because just like Gaia has all of these template overlays, each one representing different timelines and consciousness in the third dimensional reality, anchoring the polarity and duality that we're all experiencing, so does our body, our electromagnetic field, our Taurus field has these template overlays, right? And they were what told us who we were, how we acted, how we behaved, who we were friends with. And that's pretty much how we were running our lives. And all of a sudden, we get to a place where we have released enough distortion, density, whatever you want to call it, and anchored in enough of this higher light frequency. And we get to a place where we have all of a sudden have this shift, and we lose our desire to be in our existence in the way that we have been existing our whole entire lives. It just completely falls away. You may all of a sudden just feel like laying around in bed, not doing anything. You can't seem to focus on your work. If you're in your own business, you may be feeling like what you're doing is not enough, or there's got to be something different. You're seeing it in a different way. If you're working an earthbound job, you could be feeling like it's just not that anymore. Like that job is not satisfying. It's not what you want to do. You don't feel the alignment. And yesterday you were perfectly happy doing it, but today is a whole new story. It's a whole new ball game, right? So these situations that occur are template wipes. So we have that dying off of the old version of us in order to become our new higher level version of who we are becoming. Now, I want to say it is a process, and it is a process of becoming, because we have to unbecome who we were in order to become who we are meant to be. Okay. So the most important thing here is not to sit in judgment of yourself. Okay. Don't make this about what you think you should be doing, or where you should be in your life, or how far along you think you should be in your life, because that's not how this works. And if you've been following me and watching my other videos, you've heard me talk about how when we're on our ascension, we're literally rolling back the hands of time. Well, one of the things that is also going with this is the fact that we're going to be de-aging. We're going to be reversing our aging process as we step more fully and deeply into our ascension path. Okay. And it's really important to keep that in the back of our mind, because I will tell you, humanity is fixated on the aging process. And so there are age increments that we hit that are like, are markers for us for, getting married, having a baby, achieving this success in your life, or achieving that success in your life. And then when you get to retirement, I hear so many people say, I don't want to retire. I don't know what to do with myself. What will I do with myself? I don't know what I like. Well, that's because they've spent their whole life chasing the narrative that was fed to us our whole entire life, ever since birth. And they don't really know who they are, because they haven't stopped and taken a moment to look within and say, who am I? And what really makes me happy? Is what I'm doing fulfilling to me? Do I really find joy in where I live, in who I'm with? And so these are the explorations that we are going to be facing. And I've been there. I've been there many times, and it's not easy to be there, because it calls up a lot of fear of the unknown, right? And come on, who's not afraid of the unknown, right? Venturing into new territory, it feels very daunting to think that, you might be putting yourself out there, and all of a sudden the person that you are, the being that you've been, is no longer in alignment with who you are feeling yourself to be. That can be very overwhelming, and it can bring with it a lot of confusion and a lot of depression. But it doesn't have to, because if we can sit in that and see that it's merely a shedding off, just like a snake sheds its skin, or a caterpillar morphs into a butterfly, it's the same thing. We're going through our metamorphosis as we're coming into our more authentic selves through this Aquarian golden age, right? The golden race DNA is activating. Our physical bodies are changing, which means that we might be gaining a little bit of weight, or we might be having skin anomalies popping up, or we might be having problems with our hair. I can tell you that as I really anchored into my ascension fully, my hair got curly, and it's not pin straight anymore, and it doesn't want to be pin straight, so I let it be curly. But these are the changes, and we have to be okay with what is presenting, right? And we may have like skin anomalies pop up, and we're activating the crystalline technology, which means that we might be expelling crystals, or having hives, or having itchies, or anything like that. I have some crystals, 2 crystals popping out on the side of my cheek over here. Am I gonna bother with them? No, I'm gonna let them do their thing, because chances are they're either gonna come out fully or they're gonna recede back in, because it's only an activation of the crystalline technology within our body, within our human body, within our field, right? And you guys have seen me post about and share about the crystalline technology within our body. Well, guess what? It's activating, and it's wiping out the old templates of who we used to be. And so, yeah, it requires us to look at ourselves now from a new perspective and say, hey, who the heck am I? And hey, what do I want to do with my life? Who do I want to be? Is this satisfying to me? Okay. And I'm going to tell you, I have been challenged with that. I've been really, really challenged with that. I have been super, super busy. Love my work, love every single person that I encounter in my day-to-day experience, love everybody who has sessions with me, love all of the members of my online Ascension community. I love them all. But if I had an option right now, I would paint more. And I'm finding I don't have as much time painting because the work has become a priority. But it doesn't, what I'm saying to you is that I'm going through it too myself, just like you are. Okay. And I'm showing you the way that to do this is very simply to just be okay with whatever it is that's presenting. All right. Because this is us unbecoming what we were not in order to become who we were. Now, I'm probably activating that timeline from when I was young, where I was an artist. I was an artist when I was very young. I used to love to paint, to draw, mostly horses. I was very into horses back then. And I used to ride. I rode English and Western, and I rode for one of the farms here on Long Island, and was in a hunter jumper and did a lot of different training. And I had a passion for horses, and I used to draw them all the time, and I loved drawing. And then in my final year of high school, as I think it was 11th grade, just before my 12th grade graduation, but in 11th grade, I had a one-man show with my artwork, and my whole portfolio was stolen. And it forced me to shift my timelines. Now, had I become an artist, I probably would have been very content with art. I probably would have still been on my spiritual path and evolved myself into the state where I am now. I don't know that I'd be teaching it. I'm not sure. I don't know. And I can't say, but somehow or another, my artwork got stolen, and it forced me to choose a new path. And that new path led me into the corporate world, corporate finance, working in broker-dealer. And that forced me to learn how to communicate and how to present, because I had to present to my upper management all the time, which made me a more effective communicator. And voila, here I am today, right? So I had great training and a great education, and I ran a department. I had a department of, I think it was like 15 people that worked with me, that I was their manager. And so the interesting part of that is that I got my training to run groups of people. And now, of course, I run my Ascension class, which is all online. So you have to see that everything in our reality is presenting because we needed the training in it. And if we're not feeling aligned or called to doing it anymore, it might be because we're about to switch our path and we're meant to embark on a new pathway. And we have to look at that with excitement, right? And go into it willingly and from a present point of view, so we could see what's unfolding. But when we get in our head and we become fearful and we're in resistance, the path becomes harder because of the resistance. If we could just sit back and remember for just 1 second that we're right where we're meant to be. It's always where we're meant to be. That is the fascinating thing about this journey, is it is never wrong, never wrong. We are always exactly where we're meant to be. And so, if we could let go of thinking that we're supposed to be someplace else and just sit back and enjoy what is presenting and what is unfolding, we are going to be in our most magnificent state of creation ever. And I mean ever. Okay. My best experiences in my day come when I throw caution to the wind and I'm not trying to navigate. I'm not trying to drive my bus. I'm not trying to orchestrate my reality. I'm just letting it flow. Okay. So today I actually had time in between my first two sessions to actually set up a few art projects for myself so that when I have time, I can go in and just do those art projects, and they're already set up waiting for me. And all I have to do is get my paints out. And that is really exciting. So I'm utilizing my time a lot more effectively. And then in doing that, I thought to myself, well, I did something creative today. I had 3 sessions and now, oh, let me make a video because my video peeps haven't heard from me in a while and I miss you guys. I miss my community. I would, really not feel happy if I didn't get an opportunity to make a video for you this week, because it has been on my mind and I've been wanting to share with you what is presenting in these highest frequencies that we're having. So if you're experiencing this, please let yourself have a little bit of grace and ease and sit back and just be like, it is going to be okay. And I am going to be fabulous. And if it hasn't happened to you yet, where you're having that feeling of detachment, where you're just not knowing who you are anymore, then it's going to come and you'll have this information. Store this video, because then you'll have this information on how to navigate it and how to find your way. And I think that's so critical. It's so important to have that insight. Okay. So I'm going to leave you with this. Just know these frequencies, not slowing down. October is going to be a very interesting month as a lot comes to light. I will tell you that the frequencies have intensified. What I'm feeling at night when I'm laying down, because it's so quiet, these frequencies have intensified, and I'm finding that they're targeting now our head area, where they used to target mostly the heart area. It's not happening anymore. It's almost as if they're going right into my ears and then into my crown. So if you're feeling disoriented in the morning when you're waking up, it's probably because you're experiencing these higher light frequencies hitting you and you're just not aware of it. I'm so stinking sensitive to energy. I'm like so sensitive to energy that I can feel energy. I can read energy. I mean, like, it's ridiculous. So I feel it all, but that's part of my job. It's part of my work. It's part of my purpose in all of this, is to be able to feel the energy so that I can give you that information back of, what's taking place now. We'll tell you, we have an incredible amount of crystalline plasma energies, so intensified, it's actually distorting pictures. You may notice that if you're particularly joyful, connecting with the sun, taking pictures of the sun, or going for walks in the woods and taking pictures of the sun in the woods while you're in the sun, and you're just so happy to commune with the sun and experience the energies and everything, you're going to start to notice these shapes in your pictures of the sun. So they will look like elongated bubbles, right? So you'll see the sun, you'll see the rays of the sun coming in, and then all of these different bubble shapes that are happening. And those are portals, the portals that are actually within us, right? Because nothing is outside of us. Go back to all my other videos. Everything is within us and then gets projected out into our reality through our eyes. That's how it works, okay? Because that's the consciousness coming through us, and we're choosing the reality we desire to see. Now, why it's important to know that is because those little anomalies that are happening that are so super cool, and sometimes they're magenta in color, or like a violet or ultramarine blue, like these super like beautiful, amazing amplified colors. Those are actually the sacred geometric encodements that are within us. All right. So it's so exciting to see what is presenting, because the inner reality is starting to line up and match the outer reality if we let it. We have to let it. We have to be a witness, and we have to be willing, and we have to be present, and we have to show up for ourselves, and we have to let go of the fear and let go of the past, because we cannot bring it with us into where we're going. It cannot even be supported in this present moment state of being. Okay, so I hope that you resonated with this video. There's a lot in here. You'll even see that this video that I'm doing now is somewhat pixelated, and that the energy is distorted. And unfortunately, I can't do anything about that, because between my frequency and the house's frequency, and then the frequencies that are coming into our reality from the cosmos, it's just how it's going to be. And it'll probably be, get even more amplified. So I apologize if this video isn't as clear as it normally is, but we're in these heightened states energetically. Just be playful, stay playful, have fun, don't get in your head. Just be present, be a witness to everything that is showing up for you, and enjoy each moment. To those of you that are new subscribers, thank you so much. Your support means the world to me. To those of you that have been with me, I can't tell you how much it means that you are still supporting my work. I guess I'm doing something right. All of you that are wanting to communicate, please drop me a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Let me know how you're doing. I know we haven't connected in a while. I apologize for that. My schedule has been super hectic and crazy. But I am here. I assure you, I never leave you. If you ever drop a comment, I will always be there to answer it. So I have not gone anywhere. It's just I've been tackling a super heavy schedule. And if you are on Instagram or Twitter, please check my latest blog post. It's very important information, again, concerning the energies and navigating the energies. All right, so know that I love you so much. I wish you a wonderful whatever it is that you are doing. And I look forward to connecting and communing with you again soon. Love you. Bye-bye.